and welcome back to my channel, AJ Budgets. I am AJ and I am so thankful and grateful that you are here with me today. In today's video, we are going to be budgeting out my tax return. Woo! This is the first time I'm getting a return in over a decade. I actually had saved money in one of my money market accounts in case I owed money. So I'm so excited. So let's get into it and figure it out. I double check, triple check, quadruple check, paid for the extra services to make sure that my taxes were done correctly because I was flabbergasted that I was getting a refund, and a very healthy refund at that. So it was submitted, it got accepted. I have a date on when it will hit my bank account. So I figured it's probably going to happen. So let's get it all budgeted out and see where things are going to go. So I have my check should hit in my bank account in early March. So I have my little budget sheet here in the section of March. So we are just going to, I've added some stickers as you can see, but I'm going to put up here that we are going to be doing my tax refund budget. Okay, I have zoomed us in a little bit so we can see a little bit better. So my federal tax return is where I'm getting the bulk of my money back. I actually owed state taxes. I worked in Missouri when I was an adult, but I was like a baby adult. I was like a 0 to 3-year-old adult. And so I didn't really understand how taxes worked. I don't know why I owe money or how they even calculate it, but it's not a whole lot, so I'm not too worried about it. But my federal tax return is going to be $1,631. Last year I owed it was just under $2,000, and then with my filing fees and what I owed for state, it was about $2,200. And so this year I had saved $2,000 in one of my money market accounts in case I owed $2,000 again, because that's been what I've been owing for the last 10-ish years. I did get divorced. This is my first full year outside of my divorce, so filing as a single person. This is my first year with a full Missouri paycheck. And so there's just a lot of moving parts that I guess made this possible. I don't know. I'm still going to wait for an audit. I've only been audited once. It was due to school though, when I was in grad school. So I did have $141 that I had to pay for the deluxe package and then the filing fee. And that was just taken out automatically. Just kidding. It was not taken out automatically. I paid for it on my Amazon credit card because I got 30% cash back. So if you were with me in my video where I went in and talked about credit card points, we went in and you looked at how I add different bonuses or offers to my card. And one of them was to get 30% cash back on TurboTax. So it maxes out at $20. So I should get $20 cash back on my Amazon card. And then the first thing I'm going to have to do is pay my account back for my Missouri taxes. So I just went ahead and I had my Missouri taxes. I automatically debited them out of my checking account, and then my federal tax return will get automatically deposited into that checking account. And so I'm just going to pull that out of the total, so it'll be paying it back once the federal tax return hits. So this was my Missouri taxes. And like I said, there's a flat fee on when they take Missouri taxes out of my paycheck, and you can't change it. So I don't know why I owe money when it's taking out what's supposed to be the right amount. But like I said, it's not a whole lot of money, so whatever, it's fine. So that is going to leave us with $1,225 to budget. So I have a small confession. I budgeted out all of my vacations. I do that once a year whenever I'm getting ready to set up my electronic budget for the year, and I budget out my whole year. I set up how much I'm going to need for each vacation and my budget, and then I figure out how much to save a month. I forgot a whole vacation. It's on the form. When I figured out how much I was going to need, I calculated it, but I didn't add it into the total that I was saving for. And that's actually my Las Vegas trip that's coming up in May. I've already paid for the plane ticket. But yeah, I was kind of looking at things and was like, I feel like this math isn't mathing. And guess what? It's not mathing. So we have $1,225 here. And my first priority is going to be to fund my Las Vegas trip. So I'm going to need $675 after my plane ticket. My plane ticket was $235. So I'm going to need $675 going towards my Las Vegas vacay. And that's going to be the sinking fund A vacay. And then I was talking to my friend in California, and we want to do something kind of special because I haven't seen her for it's been almost 18 months. And she is a mom, a stay-at-home mom, and she's also a speech language pathologist. So she spends her days with her baby and then also with other people's babies doing speech language therapy. And so she just wants a day away. And so we decided that we are going to get a hotel room and go, it's going to be like a casino, spa. We're going to have a nice dinner. We're going to do just, have a night away. And that's going to cost an extra $250 by the time you account in like some money for gambling, a nice dinner, and then splitting the hotel room. So I wanted to, since I was getting a refund, I'm like, hey, I can swing it. We can do this. So this is going to go towards my California vacay. So if we have $1,225 minus $675 minus $250, that leaves us with $300 left to budget. So I want to put $100 into the youth group, and I created a new envelope for that to go into my envelopes. And I had an old envelope that had this flower on it, and I just added a little label with youth group. And so we're going to get that into my binder here in just a minute. I think one of my priorities has been to stuff my emergency fund challenge with any extra money that I get. And so I think I'm going to pop $100 into my emergency challenge. And then the last $100 I'm just going to give to myself into my personal account. So personal. And then that is zeroed out. And that is where, I'm going to zoom you back out, all of my tax refund money is going to be going this year. Okay, I have all the things out. I have my cash tray. I have my placeholder envelope or binder, accordion binder. That's all my placeholders in it. I have my new youth group envelope, and then I have my budget. So first I'm going to get my new youth group envelope in here. So this is going to go into my long-term sinking funds binder. And in the back here, I have a tithing or charity section, and that's where my tithing goes. And since this is going to be associated with the church and with tithing and giving, so I'm giving back to my little youth group, I'm going to add this here. So when we get ready to stuff that, it has a place to go that's separate from both my groceries, it's separate from my personal, and it's separate from my tithing. So that is done. I'm going to pull my cash over here. And we're just going to start from the top. So we'll start with pulling the $141 for paying back my Amazon credit card. It would have let me automatically take it out of my tax refund, but they wanted to charge an additional $45 for that. And I was like, no thanks. I want as much money back as I can possibly get. And then I'm going to pull the $265 just so I have all of the money accounted for. And then whenever I get paid, this will just go back into the binder. Okay, so all of my funds are pulled, or my cash is pulled, or my placeholders. And so we should have $1,631 in my hand here. So let's count it up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,450, 1,500, 1,550, 1,517, 1,590, 1,610, 1,620, $16.25, $16.30, and $1,631. Okay, so my $16.31 is there. I am going to put that in my next paycheck binder. However, this is kind of a weird situation. Sorry, I'm getting out a new envelope. Because I don't obviously haven't had a tax refund in 10 years, so I don't have an envelope for that, and I don't really want to put this money in one of my other envelopes because those are already stuff for next month, because I've already done my paycheck budget for March, so all of that money is ready to go. So I think I'm just going to put this in the back here of where my paycheck money goes, and I have a really fancy little sticky note, and I'm just going to put tax refund on it and get it in here, and then this will just come out in a couple of weeks when that tax refund hits my bank account. So it's in it's in my next paycheck binder and its own envelope, and then we'll just pull that envelope back out once we stuff that money. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate you so much. In the comments below, let me know, are you getting a tax refund? And if so, what are some of your priority funds that you want to fund with that money? And if you're not, did you save for having to pay for taxes? Ooh. I hope everybody's in the same boat as I am and it's getting at least a little bit of money back this year. If you enjoy my content, please like this video and consider subscribing. I'd love to have you along for my journey. But until I see you guys in my next video, have a great rest of the month.